health is one of the most popular topics in this fitness industry. People often told themselves that they want to lose weight, get a better body shape in order to show off themselves in the public. Body mass index (BMI) is one of the basic indicators to determine your health status by using your body weight and height. According to the research, they found that people who fall into that category, which is overweight and obese category, are more likely to get diseases and shorten their lifespan. Rich people are aware of their body weight and often look at the weighing scale whether they fall into that category or not. Because of this problem, people often make the mistakes by talking that they want to lose weight in order to optimize their health and longevity. This is true, but you may probably do it in the wrong way. So today let's talk about fat loss versus weight loss. Okay, so when we talk about fat loss, we actually weight loss. Okay, so here's the thing. Our body weight consists of skeletal muscle mass, fat mass, body water, and organs. For sure, if let's say you want to reduce your fat mass and your skeletal muscle mass, for sure you will reduce your body weight, right? So here's the thing. Before we dive into the differences between fat loss and weight loss, we need to know the definition between each other. So weight loss is actually the reduction of your fat mass, skeletal muscle mass, and your body water. While on the other side, fat loss is actually the reduction of your fat mass and increase your skeletal muscle mass. So let's take a look in this example. Person A who show 20 kg of fat mass and 10 kg of skeletal muscle mass, while person B shows 20 kg of skeletal muscle mass and 10 kg of fat mass. So can you see the difference? Person A and person B, the total sum of this skeletal muscle mass and fat mass is actually the same, which is 30 kg. But the only difference is person B shows significant amount of skeletal muscle mass, which is greater than his fat mass. So let's take a look in the benefits of skeletal muscle mass into our health. So as we all know that skeletal muscle plays an important role in the function such as movement and metabolism. But let's talk about the function. Because if let's say we don't have enough muscle mass, can you imagine that do you have enough strength to carry a box? According to this research found that people who lack of skeletal muscle mass show reduction in their physical performance. So physical performance is actually consists of your daily activity, the performance of your daily activities. So like for example, sometimes we may see that some of our friends who can actually work whole day long without getting any tired or exhausted. But some of us, or maybe you, get exhausted easily, maybe after 1 minute or 1 hour of work. So this may be because of the lack of the skeletal muscle mass. So skeletal muscle mass does help improve our physical performance throughout our daily life. Like I mentioned just now, when we need to move around, we will involve skeletal muscle. So when we move around, our muscle will have more contraction. When our muscle involve contraction, we are more likely to produce ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. So when we have muscle contraction, we are more likely to increase our energy expenditure. So when we increase our energy expenditure, we are more likely to reduce our fat, and in the meantime we will increase our physical performance. So according to this research, they found that when we increase our skeletal muscle mass, we are more likely to increase our metabolic rate, which in turn we have sufficient of the energy to improve our physical performance. And at the same time, we are more likely to reduce our fat mass. Skeletal muscle mass can actually help reduce our fat mass. Surprisingly, research found that skeletal muscle mass helps reduce the risk of metabolic health and diseases. Metabolic health and diseases includes cardiovascular disease, diabetes, hypertension, osteoporosis, and so on. So, how does this skeletal muscle mass can help reduce these diseases and improve your metabolic health? Because lack of skeletal muscle mass is in the presence of excess of adiposity, which is you have excessive amount of fats that is being stored in your body greater than your skeletal muscle mass. So, when you have excessive amount of fats is being stored in your body, you are more likely to increase the oxidative stress level. So this is the reason why we need to consume antioxidant in order to reduce the oxidative stress level, to balance up the oxidant level in our body. So for this topic, I will discuss more in our future video. So make sure you subscribe this channel so that you won't miss out this video. This oxidative stress is actually will increase your inflammatory process in your body. So at the same time, you are more likely to increase the risk of disease and metabolic rate. So can you see that we all don't like fats, and then fats is actually harmful to our body. So skeletal muscle mass, if let's say your skeletal muscle mass is greater than your fat mass, you are more likely to improve your metabolic health and reduce the diseases. Okay, so now we already know the benefits of skeletal muscle mass in our health, in our body. But you may be questioned that how are we able to do that in order to improve our skeletal muscle mass and reduce our fat mass? So I guess you guys already know the answer, because most of us, when it comes to losing weight, first thing first, we were talking to ourselves, diet. And then for sure, if let's say you want to improve our skeletal muscle mass, yes, you need to do weight training. So now let's talk about diet first. Diet is actually teaching you how to create good eating habits, and also teach you how to choose a right food for you to expand the energy throughout your day, so that you won't feel tired easily, and then you are able to optimize your energy level throughout the days. But most of us misunderstood the definition of diet when we first thought that diet is to cut down our food intakes, and we may think that we need to restrict our calorie intakes. So when we reduce the food intakes, our muscles won't be able to grow and also won't be able to repair, and we don't receive enough nutrients to optimize our body function. According to this research, they found that people who restrict their calorie intakes are more likely to increase the risk of disease such as cardiovascular disease, low blood sugar, and also mental distress. Because food is life. We love food, and then we need food in order to supply enough energy for us throughout our day. Without sufficient of the energy for us, we will feel anxious, depressed, and then stressed. So this may impact into your mental health as well. So calorie restriction is the best way for calorie deficit, but you need to choose the right food in order to do that. So how to do that? First thing first, you need to know your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, which means that how much of the energy you are able to expend while you are resting, like now. For this part, I won't be talking too much in this video. If let's say you want to know more about this BMR and then how to use this BMR to plan your diet intake, you can check out my friend's video, James. He will teach you how to calculate your BMR and how to plan your diet based on this BMR. So you can check this out. Okay, so now how are you going to optimize your health by improving your body composition to reduce your fat mass and improve your skeletal muscle mass? So diet alone won't help with that much, but you also need to include resistance training, which is also known as weight training. Basically, there are two types of exercise, which is compound exercise and isolation exercise. So compound exercise involve multi-joint movement and also multiple muscle groups in one single exercise, while isolation exercise involves single muscle group and single joint movement in one exercise. So which type of exercise movement you should go for? If let's say you want to improve your body composition, you need to go for compound exercise, because compound exercise helps recruit more muscle group at the same time and also improve energy expenditure inside the training. So in this research article, they found that compound exercise with multiple joint movement can actually increase the energy expenditure. So at the same time, you are able to reduce your fat mass, because the more the energy that you expend, the more the fats that you are able to burn. And then at the same time, you are able to improve your physical performance, because you are get stronger by increasing your muscular strength and everything, so that you have the strength to carry the box. So if let's say you want to optimize your body composition and your health, you need to go for compound exercise. So example of compound exercise includes bench press, deadlift, squat, but not bicep curl or tricep extension. Those are isolation exercise. This research study also found that with the proper exercise program and without any restriction of the calorie intakes, can actually help improve the body composition by increasing the skeletal muscle mass and reduce the fat mass. Okay, let's summarize of this topic today. So if let's say you want to improve your health and longevity, try fat loss instead of weight loss. And then try to improve your skeletal muscle mass and reduce your fat mass, because fat is not so good for us and skeletal muscle mass is good for us. So try not to restrict your food intakes, and also try to do weight training in order to improve your skeletal muscle mass. So I hope you guys learned something new today, and consider subscribe it, thumbs up, and also share it to a friend if let's say they want to improve their body composition and their health. It's genuine. In this channel, I will be talking about sport science in sport performance, exercise science in health and fitness, and also personal development. You may be questioned that, Genuine, why you want to do personal development? Because you're talking about sport science and exercise science, which is not related. So if let's say you want to know why I want to do personal development and how it can help improve in sport science and exercise science, follow my Facebook page, because I will explain it over there. And then for the summary of today's content, I will be posted there as well. So make sure you follow my Facebook page so that you won't miss out anything. So that's all for today, and I will see you guys next week.